Thank you. Zvani Gia. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Welcome. It's nice to be together. I hope everyone is doing everything necessary to make sure their pipes don't freeze and their plants don't die and their pets survive the Arctic temperatures on Sunday and Monday. Tonight is Shabbat, though, and it's nice and warm. And let's turn to page 10 in our Siddur. Page 10 as we open with Ma Yafeh Hayom.
Ma Yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. 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 Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Ma Yafeh Hayom. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom.
Let's turn back to page 9. And we read responsively. There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain.
On Shabbat, we seek not to acquire, but to share.
There are days when we exploit nature, as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted.
On Shabbat, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation.
There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others.
On Shabbat, we remember that justice is our duty and a better world our goal.
So we embrace Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. Together, we offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope,
for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for
Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace, born of friendship and love, we offer thanks and blessing, O God. And so to start our Shabbat off, let's continue with the candle blessings. Taya, you want to come help me up here? So on pages 2 and 3 in your prayer book, first we'll try a reading. So, yeah.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all those who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we, in our own day, be among those who kindle light.
Okay. Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you. So now, let's turn in our prayer book to page 6. Page 6 at the bottom. Again, we'll read responsively. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship.
May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture.
May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity.
May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet.
May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness.
May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life.
So now let us turn to page 20 for Lecha Dodi.
Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nikabela Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nikabela Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad Hishmiyanu el hameyuchad Adonai echad Yishmo echad L'shemu tiferet v'litila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Likrat Shabbat Lechu v'nelcha Ki mekor haveracha Merosh mikerem nesucha Sof ma'aseh b'machshavat tchila Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabela Hitoreri Kiva orech kumiori Uri shiraberi Kevod Adonai alayich nigla Lecha Dodi Likrat Kala Pnei Shabbat Nekabela
Please rise, face the door you entered through.
בואי ושלום הטרף פעלה, גם בשמחה ובצולה, תוך אמוני ים סגולה, בואי חלה, לחררי, לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה, לחררי, לקראת כלה. פני שבת נקבלה.
Well, Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
So let's greet each other. If you don't know someone, introduce yourself. If you have not seen them in a while, good Shabbos. Shabbat Shalom. Felicitas. Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat Shalom. How you doing, Aiden? Good to see you. Good. Good. All right. Yeah. How you doing, honey? Shabbat Shalom.
And another Shabbat Shalom.
Yay. All right, Temple Sinai Love Fest. All right, that's good.
Rabbi, you want to get back to business?
Every now and then we need that.
Shabbat Shalom.
We need the hugs.
Okay.
It's the only way to get Eric Osterman out of the back
Shabbos.
row.
But it only worked temporarily.
You're never supposed to sit with your back to the door if you're guarding the rear. Okay.
Eric, I think your seat might be up here.
So, any simchas, happy moments, anything good happen in your lives this week? The temple is now the proud possessor of a fence. All right? Okay. So, part of our security grants, we take our security seriously. Pretty soon we'll all be locked out of the space. It will. It'll be open when we're in the building. Yeah. So, any simchas, happy moments? Yes.
I don't know if it's considered, but we went to see Guy Hoffman yesterday. He's an Israeli comedian who's touring just North America right now, having a pretty rough time with all the protests, but still going.
Yeah.
Going strong.
Did he have protests here?
It's a slow one.
Oh.
But he said that it was somehow worse.
Okay. All right.
Come on.
Right. Okay. Anything else?
We get
Nah.
a snow day on Monday.
Wow. We have no religious school on Sunday. It's a snow day, so everybody gets to sleep late.
Everybody should buy cake. I read a pack. When there's going to be a winter storm or something, you buy a cake so you can enjoy life. And just
Huh.
Norma.
Milkweed was full of caterpillars this late in the year, and if I leave them out, they're going to die. So I'm in the process of transferring all the caterpillars into a bucket so that I can bring them in the house. And while I was doing that, there are chrysalis hanging. So I read a YouTube on how to remove the chrysalis safely so that I can bring those in so they don't die from the cold. And while I was doing that, I found at least 8 or 9 teeny tiny little caterpillars, maybe this big, that had just hatched that are coming in. And when I got in the house, my son said, "What's?" I was wearing a white T-shirt, and he said, "What's that on your back?" And I said, "I don't know." He looked. It was a teeny tiny little caterpillar, must have been hatched 2 days ago. So I don't know if they're going to survive, but they're all coming in now.
All right.
Okay.
Save those critters. Yeah? Okay. Well, good things happen. We just have to be open to them and watching out for them. So I hope that good things happen in this coming week. And that is our hope every week. So let's turn in our prayer books now to page 374. And I'm going to invite you to rise as we sing together Hatikva 374.
כל עוד בלבב פנימה נפש יהודי הומיה ופתה מזרח קדימה עין לציון צופיה עוד לא עבדה תקוותנו התקווה בת שנות 2000 להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון וירושלים להיות עם חופשי בארצנו ארץ ציון וירושלים.
May peace come soon.
Amen.
Let's continue on page 26 with Hatzi Kaddish. Yitkadav, Yitkadash Shemei Rabbah, B'yom Divrach Yirteh v'yamlich Malchuteh, B'chayechon u'v'yom echon, u'chayei lechol Beit Yisrael, Bagala, Bagala, ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמרה במבורך, לעולם לא מהמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם וינשא, ויתהדר ויתהלל ויתהלל, שמי קודשה בריחו. לילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, תמירן בעלמה, ואמרו אמן.
Yai lai lai, ya lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, ya lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Yai lai lai, ya lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai, yai lai lai, ya lai lai lai, yai lai 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 lai.
Page 30. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bivaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chokhmah poteach sha'arim, ובתבונה משנה עיתים, ומחליף את הזמנים, ומסדר את הכוכבים, במשמרותיהם ברקיע כרצונו, בורא יום ולילה, גולל אור מפני חושך, וחושך מפני אור, ומעביר יום ומביא לילה, ומבדיל בין יום ובין לילה, אדוני צבאות שמו, אל חי וקיים,
תמיד ימלוך עלינו לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבים.
On page 33, wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol, all these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works, than the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. 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 Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. Baruch Shem Kevod Malchuto Le'olam va'ed. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
May be seated, page 36. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha
b'chol levavecha ub'chol nafshecha ub'chol meodecha. V'hayu הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים, אני אדוני אלוהיכם.
Adonai Elohechem
Emet.
Page 39 at the top. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Yai lai lai yai la 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 yai lai lai la 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 yai lai lai yai la 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 yai la lai lai la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nera b'kodesh, norat tehiloto sefele. Nora tehilot Yosef emet. Malchutecha ra'u banecha, חוקי הים לפני משה ומרים. זה אלינו ואמרו, זה אלינו ואמרו. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. מי כמוך באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נראה בקודש, נורא תהילות תוסף אמת, נורא תהילות תוסף אמת. Yai lai lai yai la 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 yai lai lai la 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 yai lai lai yai la 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 yai la lai lai la 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 la.
Our nighttime prayer. Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Spread the shelter of peace over us. Guide us in wisdom, compassion, and trust. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Save us for the sake of your name. Shield us from hatred, sorrow and pain. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai Eloheinu l'shalom V'hamidenu shomreinu l'chaim. L'chaim. L'chaim.
So let's turn now to page 46. And I invite you to rise as able for tefillah.
Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi yagid tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu Imotenu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei Leah, Ha'el HaGadol, HaGibor v'Hanora, El Elyon, Gomel Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh HaKol, V'zocher Chasdei Avot v'Imahot, U'mevi Geula Livnei V'nehem, Leman Shemo B'Ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham v'Ezrat Sarah. Atah Gibor Leolam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol atah, Rav Leoshia, Mashiv HaRuach u'Morid HaGashem, Mechalkel Chaim b'Chesed, Mechayeh HaKol b'Rachamim Rabim. Somech noflim v'rofeh cholim, umatir asurim, umekayem emunato, lishenei afar, michamocha b'gevurot, umido melach, melech memit umechayeh, umatzmiach Yeshua, V'nemanata l'chayot hakol, Baruch atah Adonai, mechayeh hakol. Atah kadosh v'shimcha kadosh, u'kadoshim b'chol yom yalucha selah. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh.
Amen.
Amen.
You may be seated. Page 55 at the top. May these hours of rest and renewal open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day. And may this day fulfill its promise. Baruch atah Adonai, Mekadesh HaShabbat. Ritzei Adonai Eloheinu b'amcha Yisrael, L'tfilatam b'hava tekabel, L'dhil ratzon tamid avodat Yisrael amecha. El karov l'chol korav panei el avadecha v'chonenu, Shafoch ruchacha aleinu, V'tehazena enenu b'shuvcha l'tzion b'rahamim. Baruch atah Adonai, hamachazir shechinato l'tzion.
Amen.
On page 59, the bottom paragraph together. When we behold the heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and stars that you set in place, what are we humans that you are mindful of us? We mortals that you take note of us. You made us a little less than divine, adorned us with glory and majesty. You gave us dominion over your handiwork, laying the world at our feet. How majestic is your name throughout the earth. Baruch atah Adonai, hatov shimcha ulcha na'el lehodot.
Shalom Ra, Yisrael Amacha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Ra, Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Ki ata hu melech adon lechol hashalom. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. B'tov b'necha levarech et Amecha Yisrael b'chol עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amecha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
So let's take a moment now for our own private reflection. Please use these next moments for your own personal prayer.
Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru Amen. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru Amen. Ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la, ya la 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 la. Oseh Shalom Bimromav, Hu Yaseh Shalom Aleinu, Ve'al Kol Yisrael, Ve'al Kol Yoshvei Tevel, Ve'imru
So now, as we gather for all of our various reasons, we take a moment to think about the people who can't join us tonight. A reason of illness or life just doesn't let them be with us. So this Shabbat, we call out Joan Adler, and Bill Ellis, and Ruth Alford, and Debbie Simon, and Deanna Solomon, Alan Levin, Karen Ellis, Judith Levy, Gary Heberkorn Halm, Nayala Kawaz, and Anna Zaruski. And if you have names of people in your own life you want to raise up, please call them out. Let us join together now in our prayer for healing. Page 253.
Mi sheberach avotenu mekor habracha leimotenu. May the source of strength, who bless the ones before us, help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habracha labotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shelema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
May the Holy and Blessed One bring healing to all those that we've named out loud and in our own hearts. And let us all say, Amen.
Amen.
Jenny.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. I'm Jenny Rickus, your board member of the night. Shabbat Shalom and welcome to our members, guests, and virtual congregants. We hope that your participation in this Shabbat service has been meaningful. Let me share with you some upcoming events that may be interesting to you. Tea and Torah meets each week on Thursdays via Zoom at 12:30 p.m. Contact the rabbi for login information. This Sunday, January 25th, is that still?
It's on Zoom.
Oh, okay. Never mind. This Sunday, January 25th, our education committee will be having a meeting at 10 a.m. and it's on Zoom. see the weekly shofar for the link. Please join us for our Sisterhood/Brotherhood Shabbat service next Friday, January 30th at 7:30. And on Sunday, February 1st, from 3 to 5 p.m., join the West Houston Jewish community at the Chabad on Whittington Road for an afternoon of mitzvah in celebration of Tu B'Shvat. This is part of our community engagement. And as always, please join us in the lobby following services for our Oneg Shabbat. Thank you all. Shabbat Shalom.
So, a reminder, no Sunday school this week. Who said yes? And another reminder that tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. we will be gathering for Torah study, and 10:30 is a Shabbat morning service. So please come and join us. So I want to begin with a thanks to Jeffrey Levine. You don't know who he is. I don't really know who he is. But he opened my eyes to the world's moral blindness. He writes a blog in the Times of Israel on issues of morality and Torah. And much of my message tonight was drawn from his latest piece in this week's cycle. He writes, "We live in a world flooded with information, yet increasingly unable to see right from wrong. The story of the Exodus from Egypt, told in this week's Parshat Bo, offers a striking lens on moral blindness, power, and the cost of looking away. Today we see societies that speak endlessly about justice, yet hesitate to condemn cruelty when it is inconvenient. Movements that claim to defend the oppressed, yet excuse violence when it does not fit a preferred narrative. And leaders who offer words instead of responsibility. Parshat Bo reminds us that the greatest danger in our world is not ignorance, but paralysis. The refusal to see suffering clearly and to act with moral courage. Parshat Bo is not only the story of the Exodus of Egypt, it's the Torah's timeless confrontation with tyranny, with moral blindness and the abuse of power. Pharaoh is not destroyed because he is strong, but because he refuses to recognize the humanity of others and the limits of his own authority. His repeated refusal to utter 3 simple words to the request, demand of Moses, "Let my people go," is what ultimately brings Egypt to ruin. The Torah teaches that redemption does not begin with miracles. It begins with moral clarity. When a society loses the ability to distinguish between oppression and liberation, between victim and aggressor, it hardens its heart, just as Pharaoh did. Before the final blow, the Torah pauses on something far more unsettling. Remember the plague of darkness. This was not merely the absence of light. The Torah describes in the commentaries a darkness so thick that people could not see one another sitting right next to each other. Nor could they move from where they stood. If they were sitting, they couldn't stand. If they were standing, they couldn't sit for 3 days in a row. Rabbinic tradition understands this as moral and spiritual blindness. Egypt continued to function, to govern and rule, yet it could no longer see truth, suffering, or consequences. Darkness in the Torah is not chaos. It is complete and total paralysis. That plague has returned to our world. We live in an age of unprecedented access to information, yet astonishing blindness. Blindness to history, blindness to facts, blindness to oppression, blindness to suffering, especially when it does not fit an approved narrative. The world today is filled with modern pharaohs. The Iranian regime is perhaps the clearest example. It enslaves its own people through fear, through violence, through religious coercion. Women are beaten, imprisoned, killed for asserting basic dignity. Protesters are executed for demanding freedom. Kurds and minorities are systematically crushed. An entire nation is held hostage by a radical theocracy. This silence mirrors Egypt's blindness. Pharaoh could not hear the cries of the enslaved Hebrews because acknowledging them would have required him to relinquish power. In the language of Parshat Bo, this is the plague of darkness. Not chaos, paralysis. A darkness in which people can no longer see one another, no longer move, no longer respond. A darkness that allows cruelty to continue because acknowledging it would demand uncomfortable truths and moral resolve. And as the Torah teaches, a society that cannot see injustice clearly does not progress. It hardens its heart and stands still. Let my people go is a universal moral demand. Pharaoh repeatedly offers partial freedom, negotiated slavery, conditional release, freedom without dignity. The Torah teaches us to be wary of movements that do not seek freedom, but domination. Let my people go is not just a Jewish slogan. It is a universal cry. It applies to the Iranian people held hostage by tyranny. It applies to Kurds and minorities denied protection and identity. It applies to women denied bodily autonomy. It applies to American citizens of foreign descent who are dragged out of their homes by ICE. It applies to foreign nationals reporting to immigration courts who are handcuffed before their cases can even be heard. It applies to us, to the Jewish people, to the victims of a nation following October 7, still denied the right to live safely and sovereignly in our own ancestral homeland. In Egypt, as in life, darkness came before redemption. Only after blindness was exposed could liberation occur. Bo teaches that redemption is impossible until societies confront what they refuse to see. Pharaoh's downfall began not with death, but with denial, with the inability to acknowledge the suffering he caused in his own country. The Torah insists that freedom requires our sight, to see history honestly, to see suffering without romanticizing violence, to see that morality without boundaries collapses into chaos. Until the world learns to see again, we will remain trapped in the darkness that permeates our world. Redemption begins not with louder slogans, but with the courage to simply open our eyes. I've often spoke of the need to be light, to bring our light to bear into the dark places of our existence. When we are absent, the darkness grows. When we show up, we bring our light to bear. Imagine the world with our light shining brightly, telling the story of freedom and beating back the darkness wherever it appears. What would be the answer to the question? When all the lights were glowing, we finally say, "Let my people go." I believe then we become free. Shabbat Shalom. A reminder as well that while there is no religious school, the temple will be closed on Sunday. Peter, don't show up to rake leaves on Sunday. All right? Let's turn in our prayer books now to page 282. 283. And rise as able for Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach la'adon ha'kol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שהוא שם חלקנו לייחד את שמו, וגור עלינו להמליך מלכותו. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. שהוא נוטה שמיים ויסר הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגבי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, כך כתוב בתורתו. וידעת היום והשבת אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת. אין עוד ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ. ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד. May be seated. At this sacred time, our thoughts turn to those who have departed this earth, our own loved ones, those whom our friends and neighbors have lost, the martyrs of our people, whose graves are unmarked, and those of every race, every nation, and faith, whose lives have been a blessing to humanity. Let us read on page 289. Selection number 2. In nature's ebb and flow, God's eternal law abides. When tears dim our vision or grief clouds our understanding, we often lose sight of God's eternal plan. Yet we know that growth and decay, life and death, all reveal the divine purpose. God, who is our support in the struggles of life, is also our hope in death. We have set God before us and shall not despair. In God's hands are the souls of all the living and the spirits of all flesh.
Under God's
protection we abide,
and by
God's love are we comforted. Life of our life, soul of our soul, cause your light to shine into our hearts and fill our spirits with an abiding trust in you. We recall now for Shaloshim, Gerald Michael Wolski, father of Marla Proctor, father-in-law of William Proctor, and grandfather of Gage and Red Proctor. And those whose yahrzeit falls this Shabbat: Peggy Matthews, mother of Jill Gensch, Dr. Albert Simon, father of David Simon, Marilyn Leonard, mother of Denise Johnson, Louise Lehrer Halleck, grandmother of Michelle Danmiller, and Max Novak. If there are additional names for Kaddish, please call them out. For all of them, we say Zechronam Revacha, may their memories be a blessing. Together, we turn in our prayer books to page 294 and rise as a community for Kaddish. Yet Gadal v'yet Kadash me Rabbah, Be'alma divra hirute v'hamlech malchute, B'chayechon v'yomechon, Chaye d'chol Beit Yisrael, B'agalav izman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehi Shmei Rabbah mivrach le'olam olamei olamaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach, Ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, Shmei d'kud shabrichu, Le'elam in kol berchata v'shirata, Tushbechata v'nechemata, Da'amiran b'yalama v'imru, Amen. Yehi Shlama Rabba min Shemaya, V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, Ru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, V'yaseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, V'imru, Amen. May the source of peace and peace to all who mourn, and bring comfort to all who are bereaved among us. And let us all say, Amen. You may be seated. We turn in the back of our book to page 321.
Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, V'yet Nasa, B'chetzo Kol, Hazai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, Ve'acharei Kichlot HaKol, Levado Yimloch Nora Adon Olam, V'hu Haya, V'hu Hoveh, V'hu Yeh B'tifara Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, B'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, V'yet Nasa, V'chetzo Kol, Azai Melech Shemo Nikra Adon Olam, V'hu Echad, V'ein Sheni, Lehamshilo Lehachbira Adon Olam, V'li Reshit, V'li Tachlit, V'lo Ha'oz V'hamishra Adon Olam, Adon Olam, Asher Malach, V'terem Kol Yitzir Nivra, V'yet Nasa, V'chetzo Kol, Azai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam. V'hu Eli v'chai goali. V'tzorcha li v'etzara Adon Olam. V'hu nisi umanos li. Menakosi v'yom mekra Adon Olam. Adon Olam. Asher malach. V'terem kol yitzir nivra. V'yet nasa. V'chefzo kol. Azai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam. V'yado afki ruchi. V'tishan v'ayira Adon Olam. V'im ruchi giviati. Adonai li v'lo ira Adon Olam. Adon Olam. Asher malach. V'terem kol. Yitzir nivra. V'yet nasa. V'chefzo kol. Azai melech shemo nikra Adon Olam.
That was a surprising choice.
He gave me free reign. He just said, pick any melody you want.
I said, pick your favorite melody.
Same thing.
All right. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Please join us
Shalom.
for Kiddush and Motzi.
Right, I interpreted it as pick anyone I want.
It is fun. That one in pages. That's great. Brings back childhood memories.